OT.
Hello, Teresa Fullerton. I live in Ward 2 and retired healthy active living teacher as well as a geographer. I am for the skills park, just not the location. Okay. During the research when I was looking up, bike parks usually take out old forsaken land or property and transform them into something that probably wouldn't have been used for to begin with. And I see RELOCATE Park as that. Unfortunately, based on what's been said, that RELOCATE Park should never even been put into the pool or the pod or whatever. And the only reason it was is because the people that on the Bike Skills Committee had no idea that it wasn't viable. Okay, so that, I guess, is an issue that you have to look at next time you have a task force put together, that maybe a professional should be in there that knows what the areas that they're discussing before they spend all this time to say, no, we can't have those two. We have to go only with the third one. So maybe rethinking, like Mr. Bouchard said, that maybe you should go back and try and find two other areas that would be more suitable. And then again, try and choose a park. Now, in 2010, the City of Brantford, their General Forest Management Plan for Waterworks Park, said that the meadow, if left alone, there is a higher potential for restoring native flora. And they also mentioned certain trees that would rejuvenate if it was left alone. Also, territorial overlap was mentioned. Activities in conflict were walking and cycling. Recommended expanding passive educational infrastructure, which you have done. But again, I have an issue with the trails to the west and to the north of the area. And again, I grew up where I am, living right now. I know all about the brush dump and what it was and what it was before that. In fact, we used to have a lot of fun climbing on the rocks and everything, or the logs that were over there. I don't know how we didn't get hurt, but anyways, we had a lot of fun over there. So I'm concerned about the trails, that people walking them, if they are involved with the bike paths. Are the bikes going to be going through this? Is it going to be involved with
That's what I want to know.
the skills bike area? That we don't know because you haven't decided on what you're going to do with the area yet. And I have to ask, how many acres were leased to the bike club?
The actual amount is 2.5.
Okay.
These 2.5? Because I thought on the original one you had
1.5 in the original. 1.5. Yeah.
1.14% of the entire park, 2.5 acres.
Said 1.5
I
acres.
thought for some reason it was the entire area that you were involved in, because I thought I saw a diagram a while ago that it had the whole area out in yellow. Wasn't that the original one?
That was the staff report, which was November, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the one that I was looking at.
2015.
So when I thought that the bike skills was going in the area, I assumed it was going to take up that whole area.
What they did was they just sort of highlighted that immediate area as where the potential was, but there was no idea at that stage really. If you read the rest of that report, it lays out ranges of from 1.1 to 5 acres or whatever in each of these things, but because it gave a scale. So all they did was just gave an overview of what it would be, and then the negotiation would be happened after that, or just before that.
And just a comment, when you were talking about the area that it's a mode area, which there is a mode area, and a lot of people do use it for their, I've even seen kids over there playing during the day and picnics and so on. But the area I think that you're involved with is an area that is not mowed, that where the park is going, it is a tall grass area that is not cut whatsoever, and it's left in its natural state that there are paths going through it. I think that's the area that has been sidelined for this, and not the mowed area.
Does that thing have a laser pointer on it? So that area is I actually thought this looked like a boot. It kind of comes down through that area as well.
Yes.
This is the predominant area of that meadow that you're referencing.
Yes.
And that area is not included in the overall bike park. This is where the trails or the entrances
Yes,
are.
I was walking there yesterday. I saw the area. Yeah.
So you get that area, which is basically part of, these trees are the edge. This is part of the larger area where the events are held, etc. But the lower part where that meadow is not included in the design plan.
Where's phase 2?
All right, so the initial stage, or how big is the initial park going to be? Is it taking up the full 2.5 acres or whatever you have, or is it just going to be one?
I think it might be better served to do that.
We don't have Design's not completed as of yet.
No, I'm assuming based on the monies you have, like you have $300,000 or whatever, what's that going to give you? Is it going to take out the whole 2.5 based on the money you're receiving?
Well, I'd have to consult with Jay a little bit more on that. We needed to have the geotech report done first to understand the soil conditions. The next step would be to have the design completed. So I can't comment on that, but yeah, I should comment on that.
Now, dealing with the minutes of your meetings, I actually had to go to Alderman Sluss, and he helped me find the minutes to the Skills Park meetings because they were not on your website for some reason. And they were the two that basically, when it was changed, that October 8th, I think, October 8th, they were saying that a neighborhood consultation would need to happen if a city park was picked. So again, I think that should have been done if you're going to pick a city park and you had Waterworks in mind before it went to Cal and to City Council, maybe have something like this prior to that so that we knew what was going on. Like, I don't watch council meetings. Nothing against you guys, but it's like watching a paint dry.
No, look, if you watch us, you encourage us, so stop.
But so that's why we knew nothing about this, and all of a sudden I see something walking down the path that, so you have to understand where we're coming from.
I'm going to be 100% straightforward. We would not have handled this in this format because of our community engagement program. The city would have done it in this format. We would have started the process, we would have engaged in a very different way. This is not something that we've done, or this is not the first time that we've done this where we've had groups come to us. New Forest in the City is probably the best example because it's the most recent. That was a group, they were planting trees, they identified the area, then they came back and said, you know what, we want to make this into a natural place. Can you lease us, or lease the land, or control it, manage the, we're going through. We didn't have consultations for that because it was tree planting. And it was a nice to have. And we had a community group that was raising the funds, doing the work, and we were encouraging them to do that. That's what we do. That's part of our mandate as the city, is to encourage citizens to get involved and take ownership in what's happening. We would have had a more formal process of community engagement and allowed people that process all the way along. And we can come back to it, open it up. We're here for the design meeting. And the only consultation that the group had was a design meeting, which was meant for kids to start getting engaged, and it disintegrated.
Yes, and you can probably understand why.
Yes, and I get that. Still no reason to.
Yeah. But again, I'm for a bike park. I would really like to see the task force go back again and come up with 2 other areas other than Waterworks Park. You may find something that works better.